Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Whew, that was beautiful. Welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Season 6. Now, as a few of you noticed in the last episode, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. A lot of people were asking about my clothes, about my skin, about my green laser eye. And it's true, I handed my skin over to the artist Danny, who's done a little bit of a cleaning job on it. And he also gave me this really cool feature, which is my eye that now, look at this, I can now take it off and put it back on. So if I need to be extraordinary at anything, I turn my eye on. Boom. And there we are. Today, guys, I have a lot of different things that I want to get done today. So last episode, we built this mega ice farm of doom and, oh, you can't fly unless you have your light on. What an idiot I am. Last time we built this ice farm of doom and I am super happy with the results. You guys had a lot of awesome comments in the video. One thing though that stood out was that of what the question, I think it was asked 1,000 times. Hey Iskall, why didn't you just use Frostwalker boots? Much faster than waiting for the ice to freeze. And I gotta say, it's a pretty good question. I mean, there is the enchantment Frostwalker, and essentially, if you have Frostwalker boots and walk close to water, it freezes to ice. So I understand that a lot of you thought that that was a good idea. However, it is not normal ice. It breaks after a while, or it thaws after a while, as you can see. And, more importantly, this is a Silk Touch Efficiency 5 Diamond Pickaxe. Watch what happens if I try and mine it. First of all, it takes a long time. It's not insta-mining. And secondly, it doesn't actually give me any ice. Long story short is that the Frostwalker boots, they create another type of ice. You can walk on it, it behaves the same, but you cannot mine it. So if you would have a setup like this, for example, that would be totally possible on top of the ice trays, it wouldn't do any difference. So if I'd put an armor stand right there, I put him on a wonk and then give him the Frostwalker boots and I'll shoot him across like this, then that would freeze the ice, but again, yeah, it's not real ice, so I can't mine it. And that's why I didn't use that method. But I thought, because I got so many people thinking this was a thing, I'd show you how it works. I don't know if this is a... Maybe this is a Bedrock thing. You guys can let me know. But in Java, it does not work. So with that out of the way, I want to show you a little bit of progress that I've been making here since the last episode. I've even made a little bit of a, what do you call these, project boards with lights. And this was actually part of another live stream that I did after the ice farm was finished. But there is a bunch of different things we need to do. Storage system, which is done. Terra shape, design farm exterior, workshop room, mob proofing, snowball farm, which is also done. Obtain 140 shulker boxes. I'm gonna need to end raid. Badly. Obtain icy picks, which I actually did in the end of the last episode, so I have a ton of those. And create a nether portal to this place, which is also done up here. So now that you come through the nether, you will go down this walkway. And this is the ice farm entrance. So right here, you go into the farm. And over here, I have that snowball farm. I think I need to grab the snow shovel though, this thing. And this is just a classic snowball farm that creates a ton of snowballs in this chest. And that's a Silk Touch. Oh my goodness. That was okay. That was the wrong shovel. It needs to be a fortune shovel. I have done some work here. It's far from done though. There's a lot of bits and pieces remaining. And one of them, and the reason for me having my green laser Iskall eye on at the moment, is to finalize the storage system. You see, the storage system for this farm has to be pretty complicated. It can't just be an area of chests. Well, it could be an area of chests, but that would not be the most convenient way to do it. I want a system that packs down the ice into shulker boxes using shulker box loaders, and that's what I've done over here. This is a shulker box loader, just like the one we have in our base, for example. And whenever a shulker box is full, oops, I hate being down here. Here we go. Whenever a shulker box is full, it will spit it out into these hoppers and bring it through that item elevator all the way back to the chest that's visible inside the workshop. This chest over here, so we should have that smooth stone that I broke. Very nice. And that's all nice and good. And actually something that we need to test out, because I haven't actually tested this out yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to preload this with an icebox that's almost full, like so. So I guess what I should do to test this out is grab one of these ice picks and just run through a few of these trays. And that is, of course, very satisfying to do. So I'm almost done with 2 rows. And there we go. Actually, well timed. And I honestly think that's enough. Quite frankly, I'm a little bit nervous. We should. That's not a good sign. We should definitely have... Oh, I think it just processed there. I was gonna say, I think we should definitely have 1 shulker box filled and ready. And yeah, that just shot back up, I think. The good news is that the shulker box did make it back here. And it seemed to have broken another shulker box as well, which is not good. I'm gonna force this to illustrate, or I'm gonna illustrate what happens when this first is full and see what happens. Yeah, it breaks 2 of them. Oh, it's... Oh, this is not good. Yeah, don't want to do that. Because then that piston will power this repeater as well. Or, that repeater will power this piston. These pistons are actually getting powered by quasi-connectivity, so we do not want to power this block. We want to have a block that doesn't get powered. So I think putting glass there would fix the issue. Let's just double check. So if I now illustrate that this guy is full... Nice! That's awesome. This should have come back down. Yeah, there we go. Okay, sweet. So that's all good. That's all good. That's the shulker box loader all fixed and completed. So at this moment in time, you may be wondering what this monstrosity is. This is actually something that I came up with during a live stream, and it's a bit of circuit. It's a bit of circuit that we need in this machine. And that bit of circuit is going to be responsible of this lamp here. You see, because this farm is so ridiculously mega, as I said, we need, basically, if I'm going to go AFK for 8 hours, I need to know that the farm is loaded. I need to know that the farm has 130 something shulker boxes ready to accept ice, because otherwise we're just running the farm for no reason. So in order to do that, because I have 4 shulker box loaders, which I have because hoppers won't be able to process this farm quick enough because it's so fast and it's mega, because hoppers only process 9,000 items an hour and this farm will produce 16,000 items an hour, I made a couple of extra shulker box loaders. That's why I have 4 of them. But because of that, I ran into a little bit of a problem. How do we make sure that each one of these shulker box loaders have the enough or sufficient shulker boxes in them? Well, we need to take a signal from the input hoppers, these hoppers down here, but we need to make sure that all 4 of them are full to the brim. If they aren't full to the brim, the system doesn't have enough shulker boxes in it, because the way I'm calculating this is 9 shulker boxes per dispenser, 5 per hopper, and there are 2 hoppers, so that's 19 times 4, which equals to 76 shulker boxes, which is about what you need to load this farm with before you do an 8-hour session. I think I got the math right. I know I said 140, but I think the reason I want 140 is because I want to be able to run the farm with the 76 shulker boxes and then run it again. I just wanted more shulker boxes than I needed. Sometimes I surprise myself how stupidly I explain certain things. But I hope you all understand. Anyway, what this circuit does here is that it does exactly what we need. So it's essentially an AND gate, and it's some comparators that subtract and check the value of the hoppers here. So only when these hoppers are completely full, like this one, it's the torch that's connected to that hopper will come off. So that torch there, etc., etc. And when all 4 torches are off, this lamp will be turned on by this AND gate, and that's essentially what we're gonna have here. And like so, that should be that. So the circuit is added down there, and that will now power that light whenever the storage is completely filled to the brim, meaning that these back hoppers have the items needed. I don't know about you guys, but I would love to personally test this out. Unfortunately, I don't have enough shulker boxes to do so. I desperately need to go on an end raid. But we can at least make sure that that is going good. It should be empty by now when it comes back. And yeah, that's filling up the shulker boxes. I guess we could test it with other unstackable items. And we have quite a bit of unstackable items. Let's just load our system with our ice picks. In lack of shulker boxes, I've now rigged the systems with ice pickaxes and dirt to make sure that it requires exactly 2 more shulker boxes for it to think that it's completely loaded with shulker boxes. So if I send these 2 off, we should see this light turn on. Yes! It works! It works! Yes! Oh, that is beautiful. So now the system would be primed. It would have exactly 76 shulker boxes inside the system, and it would be ready to go. So with this thing working, I suppose a final touch is to install a couple of double chests over here, and this is where we would store empty shulker boxes that doesn't fit the system. So every time we want to go on a longer AFK session, we load this thing up, make sure that the light is lit, and then we can go AFK. All empty shulker boxes can go in here, and then when we come back after our AFK session, we go into this chest, we pick up the ice boxes that we've mined out, and this is actually 3 large chests stacked on top of each other, so it holds all the 76 shulker boxes, and that way we can easily transport it back to the Hermit lands, where, yeah, what we're gonna do with it is a little bit uncertain at the moment. There's someone I have to meet, there's someone I have to have a little bit of a meeting with. So with your order being processed, and the ice farm being complete, I mean, almost. Yes. I just need to finish the storage system. Yeah. But with the ice farm being completed, I mean, we never really discussed any sort of payment for this.
No, we didn't, did we?
No, we didn't. And I thought, you know, oh, it's fine. Stressmonster is such a gorgeous person that she will surely offer me something or will deal with this afterwards, and it will be all fine. And you know. That these are only the thoughts that I had, right?
Okay.
So, let's discuss. Have a seat in your ice throne. Welcome to my office in this beautiful, beautifully destroyed area.
Yes, it's gorgeous. What is that?
Is
that a ship?
That's a ship. Yeah. That's don't. I was over there. It's yeah.
It's stinky.
What you should be asking at this point in time is, what is this?
Why?
This is a death pit of doom where negotiators fall down if they fail negotiating. Just letting you know that is there. You know,
that's rude.
Have a seat in your ice throne.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we've now built the supply chain for the Ice Queen. You.
Me.
Yeah. And I would like to say as well, I've throughout the season, I've respected the Ice Queen's authority and made sure that, you know,
as you should.
As I should, always purchase your ice. As payment, I would like to today offer you the very first and exclusive partnership of Sahara, the new big business opening in Hermit Town.
All right.
Because we want Ice Queen on our side, and we respect your eyebrows. And so what I'm proposing is this farm could literally make you millions of diamonds, right? Millions of diamonds. You can use this at your convenience whenever you want.
Well, it was my order, but yeah.
Yes, it was. That it was. Yeah. And in return of that, or as payment for the farm, Sahara will be selling ice at 4 stacks of these ice blocks per diamond.
Okay.
Which is a lot cheaper than your shop. So your shop needs to also change the price to 4 stacks a diamond.
Right.
And we agree to go into partnership where we will never compete about ice. So if the market requires us to lower the price at any point, both of us will do so together.
Sounds fair.
I mean, this is important because
I'm not mining this ice for you though, right?
No. I'll mine the ice for Sahara. You mine the ice for your shop, and we keep. I mean, there will be locals, Conbats that will want to buy stuff from your shop, and there will be others that will want to buy it from Sahara. So, I mean, your shop will still be fully relevant because we'll have the same price.
But you're not allowed to sell the other 2 types of ice.
I see. So you're suggesting that Sahara are not allowed to sell the packed. Okay, I see. I can see that. I can see that.
And snow.
I didn't say anything about snow. You're not
Well,
the snow
Ice
queen. Are
also
you the
sells
snow? I know you do, but are you the snow queen? Do you want to build a snowman? No? Okay. Sorry. That just,
No.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know about snow, though. I think packed ice and blue ice, exclusive rights. We won't sell that. But snow?
Well, you know, it's not really, you know.
Fine. Fine. Okay.
Then it's a deal. I will shake your hand. Don't be mean about it. Like, shake it properly.
I've tried.
No,
I've tried.
stop
I'm
hurting
not
me.
I'm not very manly with my shaking. I've never been. You don't have to point it out, okay? That's always the thing they do. Your hand is so garbage, you can't even shake my hand. They always said it every single day.
Well, it's because you're bad at it, you know, just saying.
Well, that went extraordinarily well. That means that Sahara now have our very first product that we do produce ourselves and that we can sell at ridiculously good prices with this ice farm. And besides, we are still benefiting the Ice Queen, which feels really good because she does have monopoly on ice this season. The last thing we want to do at Sahara is upset anyone. We want to make partnerships as much as we can. Now, I have put on my architect suit because I think it's time we write the very first Sahara partnership contract and hand over the copy that we just agreed with Stressmonster about to her. Dearest Stressmonster, the Ice Queen, hereafter referred to as the IQ. This is a contract between IQ and Sahara in regards of the sales of ice on the Hermitcraft server. We have agreed upon the following. We will be selling ice at the same price and change the price together depending on the market's requirement. We will therefore not be competing on ice sales. Sahara will promise to not sell any other ice and snow products. The ice shall be obtained from the same supplier, Ice Mega Farm of Doom. Sahara values the Sahara IQ partnership greatly and wishes it to never end. IQ partnership. Sign and close. Let's make a copy of that book and we'll put that copy in her mailbox. Queen Ice, Queen Ice, Queen Ice, Queen... Ah! There. What? She still got her blocks of diamonds in here. Holy crap. Okay, there we go. IQ partnership. And we don't really have a building yet, so I guess we'll just keep this book in my ender chest for now, just so we have our copy of it. Speaking about having an office yet, have a look at this progression that Grian has made. Wow. This is starting to take shape. I was here earlier today, and I actually made quite a bit of concrete. I think I filled 2 double chests. Yeah, these ones here. Let's see how much is used. Okay, there's still a little bit, there's still a little bit left. So I've been trying to get a hold of Graham for a little while now, and yeah, he's online with his camera account, but I haven't managed to get a hold of him. I think he's busy maybe doing something else. I wanted to get a hold of him because I needed some instructions of where I can place blocks, because obviously Grian is an architect. Like, look at this build. It looks absolutely ridiculously amazing. But looking at his sketch that he showed me, the drawing, I don't think there's anything on the drawing that he hasn't already built. So I don't want to be the guy who starts placing down blocks and then we have to take it down because look at my face. I know my beard is absolutely beautiful in my architect suit, but I am kind of stupid. So what I'm going to do instead, because I think that we definitely need an office prompto, I am going to raise a temporary small architect office that we can use while we are building, or a Sahara office I should say, that we can use while we are building the Sahara main headquarters of Doom. And we need this because I want to store our contract in there, our first partnership contract. And I also want to start creating a list over the items that we can sell. Because so far, I've been working mostly on supplies, having the Wither Skeleton farm and now the ice farm, and doing the partnership deal. So I think it's very, very wise that we start kind of marking down the things that we have, the things that we have stock and are able to sell. And I don't think this temporary office needs to be much bigger than this. This is a pretty good footprint, actually. It's going to require having a little bit of a vault on the back here where we can store the contracts and our secret books. Yes, we're totally going to have secret books. I think fancy high-end glass panes are totally in order. High quality dark oak floors feel totally in line with the Sahara style. And the vault gets high security concrete floor, metal flooring. State of the art, super secure, super door of doom. That's awesome. High marble quartz, super protective roof of doom. And this is looking really good. We do need some interior though, and I'm thinking that we'll have some sort of reception desk over here. Nice flower on it, looks good. And as opposed to old boring offices, I think that we should have this big couch where customers, new partners, etc. and us can sit and discuss terms and agreements of our partnership. Why not add in some high-end architectural bookshelves or just shelves where we'll put some more flowers to add a little bit of color. And of course it is a very temporary office, but I gotta say, that's not too bad. So we got a nice reception, we got a nice little sitting area where we can discuss new partnerships. We got cool Sahara patented lamps. Yeah, these are super modern right now, guys. You should totally get some of your own. And of course, the very high-tech, super secure Vault of Doom, where we have product stock lists and partnerships. Now these chests are currently empty, but we do have a space for it, and I can go ahead and put the IQ partnerships into there. I think that we are looking to partner with majority of the hermits about sales and making sure that we don't take anyone else's sales, because we don't want to do that. We want to create a very cool shop that everybody can use, but we don't want to take over and just, you know, ruin other people's shops. So of course we need to do partnerships with people. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, of course, do hit the like button down below, and if you're brand new, consider subscribing, and I'll see you dudes in the next episode.